Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Chairshot podcast. So last episode, we went over SmackDown and we agreed to go to rank all the blood and guts matches. Yeah, we are not doing that this episode. We tried. We tried to watch them, but we don't know how to watch them because they're not on HBO Max. So to compensate, we're just gonna do Blood and Guts 2025. Because there's two matches there, and there's a False Count Anywhere match, and we can just go over the show, and we can try to find something different. Um, yeah, this is his first AEW show right here. So
And
let's
it was
rock.
complete dog shit. Let me tell. I'm just fucking with you.
He was talking so good about it a second ago. Yeah, so the three matches on this card, just so that way we can get this out of the way because it was TV, so they already announced all of this beforehand. It was um Willow Nightingale, trying to remember everybody. Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, Tony Storm, Mina Shirakawa. There were two other people, Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter on one team, and on the other team it was Mercedes Moné, the Triangle of Madness in Thekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. So that's four. God, who's the other two? They did really good. I'm doing this straight from the dome.
Harley Cameron. Did we say her?
Yes, she was on the face team.
Yeah, I am not good with names. I'm a face kind of guy, and this was the first event, so fuck it.
Completely understandable. Um, Megan Bain and Marina Shafir, who was a part of the MMA Four Horsewomen, along with Rhonda and Shayna Baszler. I don't remember who the other one was. You might know.
I actually don't. I knew Rhonda and Baszler. I don't know the fourth.
Yeah. What did you know, Marina?
Nope, not at all.
That's okay. So, the other matches was Hangman versus Powerhouse Hobbs, in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And the other Blood and Guts match, I hate this. I can't hear myself. The other Blood and Guts match, what consisted of the Death Riders in John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, formerly known as Cesaro, Pac, formerly known as Neville, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta against the team of Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong of the Conglomeration, Darby Allin, and Mark Briscoe, also the conglomeration. Yeah, I think they were all part of the conglomeration except Darby. You won't know.
I know that the conglomeration sounds fucking intimidating. I wouldn't want to fight those guys.
Just a bunch of random dudes together. This-
I know.
it's like you have this country bumpkin ass dude. You have a luchador. You have um Tomohiro Ishii. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't even know what you just said.
Tomohiro Ishii's a tough motherfucker. That's all you need to know. Orange Cassidy. I think there's a few more. Willow Nightingale. It's a strange group, but it
What
works
unites
oddly enough.
them?
Um, Honestly, I think friendship.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're just chill dudes. We like kicking ass together.
Yeah, pretty much. Um,
I can
yeah,
respect it.
yeah. There's gonna be a few moments that you didn't pick up on story like previous storyline references. And I'm gonna call those out.
I'm very glad for that because that was a gripe of mine.
Yeah, yeah. So like they didn't explain it very well, and that's an understandable gripe. Yeah. Before we start this, I have a few thoughts. Um, okay. One, I love that the only singles match on the card was a Falls Count Anywhere match with a show where they have two rings and they don't have to pick one ring. I like that a lot, and I thought that made like total sense. Do you agree?
I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest, because when they announced it was a false count anywhere, I didn't actually hear that part when I was watching. So when they just immediately tumbled out of the ring and started brawling, I was like, okay, yeah, there's two rings, but go outside, I guess, guys.
Fair enough. And a small gripe for me, just about the card order. The women's match should have gone on last, and I'm a little
Why
upset
is
for it.
that?
Multiple reasons. One, in my opinion, it was the better match, which we'll get into that in a minute. Two, it was the match that was announced first. That was the big thing with the show. Hey, we're gonna have the first women's blood and guts, and like that was the selling point. So why wouldn't you have your selling point main event? And when I'm
Promotionally, I can fully understand that.
yeah, and there's a gripe I'm gonna have with the men's blood and guts match, and it's mostly because of what didn't happen after. Um, and what hasn't happened yet. But that's neither here nor there storyline wise, and I think I know when they're gonna try to pull the trigger on what I want them to do. But that's we'll get to that when we get to the men's match. Um, how did you feel about the entrances over the shark cages?
I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was really neat.
I think they're cool, but I prefer the shark cages.
But you prefer what?
I prefer the shark cages like they have in war games.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think I agree with that. It does
Yeah,
fit the
well,
theme better.
had with war games. They don't have that anymore. They didn't have it this year. Honestly, I think they just didn't want to see Brock Lesnar behind bars.
That would have led to a fuck ton of memes. Well, while we're on the subject,
Go
Blood
ahead.
and Guts is just extreme war games, right? Like, or am I stupid?
I think that's a good notion of it. It's just I think it's supposed to be like the original rules for war games. And again, don't quote me on that because I could be completely wrong. With two rings, two cages, and the submit or surrender. I love the submit or surrender rule so much.
I do too. I like that there's no pinfall. It made it more dramatic.
Yes, especially with the women's match, which we will get into in a second. Um, any other thoughts before we go over this?
Uh, Circling back to that point, the whole now, considering it is my first AEW show and I didn't really know what to expect coming into it, it gave me a very like gritty, grungy. Like if ECW had survived to the modern day, this pay per view I could totally see being something they did. I don't
I
know
can
if that
agree.
would piss off AEW fanboys or not, but that's the vibe I got, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice alternative to WWE.
Yeah, it's not like overproduced. Like they let the wrestlers do their things, which I enjoy.
I noticed that too. It seemed a lot that I have this in my notes. It seemed a lot more authentic and less like micromanaged, over the top dramatic soap opera, for better or
Yeah,
worse.
yeah. Which, granted, I do like stories, but they did have some story segments during the show and some story references during the show, which I did enjoy as someone who paid attention to AEW. All right. Anything else before we get into the women's blood and guts match?
Let's do it.
All right. Um, we were started off with Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. Sky Blue was bleeding within like the first 10 minutes of the match.
No, that was within the first like 2 minutes. I fucking wrote that shit down. It was crazy. I
Yeah,
was not expecting that.
dude,
Wait,
I watched it.
hold up. Before we even talk about the match, we forgot to give a shout out to the main man himself, the
Huh?
OG Justin Roberts. He's the fucking announcer. I haven't
Oh
heard that
yeah,
man since 2010.
oh yeah. I hear him like every AEW show. I
I
watched him.
was so happy. I wondered what happened to him.
Yeah, I watched Double or Nothing when it first came out in 2019, and I was so excited because like, excuse me, the little 2011 fan in me like that like watched it every week. I was like, oh my God, that's Justin fucking Roberts.
Justin Roberts is a goated announcer. I love that guy.
Oh, I missed his voice. Yeah, but that's not a new thing. So I like that you appreciated that. I wouldn't have even thought of
It's
that.
new to me, damn it.
Um, yeah. Anyways, yeah, she was bleeding within the first couple minutes. I think my first note before she was even bleeding was she swung her by her hair, Willow to Sky.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my next note, like watching this, was I liked the sense of the order who was coming in from the first four people, just in terms of like these people are in tag teams with one another, especially in the tournament that was happening at the time, which is now concluded. Um, yeah. I noticed that there was a little bit of a botch where like they one wrestler or one of them was trying to run into another wrestler in the corner. I don't remember who it was exactly, but like they did it in like an awkward way, but they just kept going with it. Like
I
they didn't
remember what
stop.
you're talking about.
Yeah, like it wasn't mentioned. No one like brought it up except me because I'm a nerd. Um, yeah.
That was a recurring theme throughout the show. I noticed though, but we're not on it right now. But it did happen during the women's. But during the men's, when they do their little brawls where they grab each other's head and start throwing punches, I mean, that was some of the weakest punches I've ever seen in my life. It was like they weren't even trying. The
I
women
don't know
did
if I
that as well.
yeah, I don't know if I noticed that. I think the punches looked fine to me, but that might just be me. Um,
One thing too, pre-match. I really enjoy how they have, whenever wrestlers making their entrance, below they had AEW record. For example, 7250. I like that. That's a neat
mhm.
little detail. I think that makes it feel more like an official sport. And
Yeah,
it gave
I think
me, who's never watched it before, an idea of kind of how this person is.
yeah, it's like, oh, she has a 72-3 record or some shit.
Yeah,
I,
let's
I
not
don't think
fuck with that guy. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think anyone had 72-3, but I think there were some that were up there. Um, yeah, I think they had a ranking system up until like the last couple years.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, where like instead of like I think the way you would imagine it, it's like men's world championship ranking, TV mid card title ranking. Like it's no, it's just singles ranking, tag ranking, trios ranking. Like that's how they had it, and they
Yeah, yeah.
had like the same thing with the women, just with the singles part of it. Um, yeah. How did you feel about Thekla?
How do I feel about what now?
Thekla. She was the blonde woman that did the spider thing.
I don't think I remember that woman.
The Bray Wyatt thing.
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. I actually really enjoyed that. I thought that was neat.
Yeah, she's batshit crazy.
Oh, she's the insane one? I made all kinds of notes about her. All I just wrote was insane one does it again, like over and over.
Yeah, I think she started whipping Willow and Harley like really early in the match.
Yeah, all my since I didn't know the names of anybody, all my notes are kind of woman does this, other woman does this, and I don't know who did what. I just know it was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. Enters and starts whooping ass. That's what I wrote.
yeah, she's cool as hell. I hope she gets some sort of singles title reign at some point, which I think they should start doing that with the women anyways, with more singles titles.
They don't have single titles right now.
They have they have two, but it's like that compared to the men, like it's just not enough
Oh, I
because
gotcha. Well,
they
how's
have
their
the
women's roster? Is it as stacked as the men's?
it's a stacked roster. It's getting to like as stacked as the men's right now. So I feel like that if they feel like they have the TV time, they should try to explore into like a second mid card title for the women
Right.
because like for the men they have a shit ton. They have like trying to remember the unified title, which is a combination of two other titles. They have the TNT title, which is their TV title, because they're on TV net or TBS net or TNT network. Um,
Come on now, Jay.
I'm remembering, and they just introduced the national title.
The reason I
Which,
asked that is one, I didn't know, and two, there was 12 women, right? 10
yes.
men. There was 12 women in the matches.
Mhm.
That there wasn't really a single woman wrestler that didn't entertain me. Like I thought they were all good, even though I didn't know a damn thing about them. I was like, damn, girl's talented,
Yeah,
and that's WWE now has a lot of women like that, but they still have matches where it's like, I don't care about this wrestler,
yeah.
or they
They
don't get any spots. I felt like this show did a good job of everybody getting spots in.
yeah. WWE's really bad about that. Like, do you remember Julia?
Yes.
Yeah, she held the U.S. title for like 3 months and then defended it twice.
Uh,
It was like, what are you doing with her?
I mean, I
But
guess you could do that.
but I mean, they did really like AEW does really good about giving people spotlight, especially with only two TV shows that are 2 hours each, and a
Which,
shit ton of people on the roster.
which speaking of, I thought that was something this was this a pay per view or just I don't know whatever this event. That's something I thought it did very well. Is it was two
Hmm.
and a half hours give or take, and there was only three matches, but the pacing was really fucking good to me.
Oh yeah, that's something I definitely appreciated. It was TV though. That's why it was about 2.5 hours.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's something I
Um.
feel like WWE struggles with, especially as like like during 2025. That's something I complained to you about. Is just the pacing was all over the place for a lot of matches. It'd be really slow, then really fast. It was just weird.
Yeah. It's something that they're very inconsistent about. Yeah. You see, Jamie Hayter looking like a Southern Belle.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny because she's not from the South. She's from fucking England.
She's from England.
Hmm.
That's beautiful. It'd be like fucking Paige if you remember her. It'd be like her showing up in the cowboy hat or fucking cowgirl hat.
Yeah. Megan Bayne was nuts during this match.
Which one was
Like,
that?
she was the really tall one. She came in and immediately hit the motherfucker with a claymore.
Oh, I know that. I loved that. I lost my shit at that.
Yeah, I was just like that. My first note for her was Megan hit her ass with a goddamn claymore, and then Chris Statlander came in, and she was wearing the world women's world belt, and then hit somebody with a freaking like Jack Swagger splash looking thing.
Bro, that's anybody watching this that's like under the age of 20 isn't gonna even know who the fuck Jack Swagger is, and that makes me feel old.
You know, Jack Swagger doesn't even know who Jack Swagger is at this point.
He
He's
had an
just that.
MMA fight and he demolished the dude, and then I haven't heard anything about him since, and that was like 7 years ago.
Well, he was in AEW for a while, but he didn't do shit. So
That is a missed opportunity.
yeah. Well, here's the thing though. They gave him plenty of opportunities. They put him in a group with Chris fucking Jericho when he was the world champion twice.
How are you the world champion but you don't do shit?
No, no, no. Jericho was the world champion.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. They put him in matches and they tried to give him time like chances to be entertaining, but his greatest accomplishment was saying "We the people" and wearing a funny hat. That's it. That's his entire fucking career. Not a world title reign that lasted until Money in the Bank. Not not he was the US champion one time. No. He put his hand on his chest, he said "We the people," and he wore a funny hat in AEW. That's all anyone remembers him for.
The worst part is I forgot he was champion or any of that. I just remember his Zeb Coulter We the People phase in
Mhm.
WWE back in 2013.
Which honestly, I think it's weird that you're in a tag team called the Real Americans w- with a Swiss man.
The Swiss Superman at that.
Yeah. Which
Superman's
he was
American. That's fucking enough.
was technically he's alien, but that's not the point.
Man, don't be getting
Anyways,
all semantical on me.
what do you mean against semantical? He wasn't
I
born in
don't even
America.
know if that's a word. We make
Anyways,
our
so
own words on the Chairshot podcast. Fuck Oxford.
that's gonna be the name of the fucking episode, just semantical.
Semantical
Anyways,
ramblings.
um, there's a storyline reference I don't know if you picked up on. It was between Willow and Chris. Like when they kind of acted awkward in the ring, just like they didn't want to interact with each other.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, that it was somewhere in the middle of the match. So that's a reference to Chris Statlander turning heel on Willow like a year ago, I think.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Hmm. Yeah, which I was wondering how they would explain that in the match because I didn't watch that before this. I had only watched the men's match before this.
I will say
Um,
that parts, maybe it's because I haven't been watching and, regular watchers would know more.
mhm.
I felt like the in ring storytelling was pretty good at spots, and then other moments it was just people beating the hell out of each other because they dislike each other. And I couldn't figure out why they disliked each other, but it was pretty apparent.
Yeah, it was just apparent that they didn't like each other, right? Well, like that's what you mean.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out why the commentary didn't like let on the men's match. They started shouting insults at each other. That was pretty funny, but yeah, not for the women's.
Yeah, I had completely forgot before watching this that Mercedes was in this match.
Oh my god. Let me tell you one of my gripes. All right, I am
Go ahead.
anti Mercedes Monet. Fuck Monet.
Just hate to see a black woman prosper.
It's got no. All right. You know what really grinds my gears about Mercedes Monet? Let me tell you something. All right. Number one, she's a nepo baby, right? Fuck you, Snoop Dogg, and fuck you, Charlotte, because she's a nepo baby too. All right.
Well,
Mercedes Monet, Sasha Banks, whatever the fuck she wants to be called, worst of the four horsewomen, and I will kill on this hill.
I disagree with that so hard because Charlotte's
Just because
right
you're an
there.
AEW man.
That's because Charlotte's right there. Charlotte's right there. She's not good. She can't have a story outside of. Ric Flair's my dad, or oh hey, you're the champion. Fuck you, I want your belt. Like that's all her stories are.
Yes, but she loses way more than Mercedes does.
Mercedes has been losing a lot recently.
I'll take your word for it, and I will
Yeah, dude,
celebrate when I see it.
I know she lost I think two different belts recently. Well, technically three, but I'm not going into that shit today.
See, Mercedes Moné gives me prime Super Cena vibes, but as a woman and without the appeal of being John Cena. Now, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, but I have never liked her. So I will admit I am biased. I have disliked her since I found out who she was.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm giving her story time to prosper before I give an opinion on like her being a like 13-weight champion or sorry, 13-weight belt holder because I'm expecting her to lose a lot of belts in the next couple months.
She damn well better. I'll come take them.
Yeah. Tony Schiavone said during the match, Mercedes broke her nail and while she was looking at her pants. I just thought that was funny. I thought she had touched blood or something, and she was like, "Oh,
That's one thing that did surprise me is, coming from WWE, I did not expect the women to get that bloody or
mhm.
that bloody that fast. Taken
Yeah,
out of context, that's a hell of a quote. But my point stands. Oh, and the thumbtacks, the fucking thumbtacks. When they brought those out, I lost my shit. I forgot who did it, but I was not expecting that.
dude. I think most of what thrown me off was the fucking glass.
The glass.
Hmm. Did
Oh,
you miss
oh,
that?
me too. I mean,
I was about to say, like, because they brought in a fucking mirror and like a bunch of shards of glass.
it gave me Japanese deathmatch vibes, like when they used to smash light tubes over each other.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's a fair comparison. And the next person to come in was Marina Shafir. Honestly, she is what Ronda Rousey should have been in WWE.
I Yes, I agree, but she's way cooler than Ronda is.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But like, I don't know how much of that is Ronda's fault because I don't know how much training she got beforehand.
Well,
But
well,
go ahead.
whether she had a lot of training or not, she is a multimillionaire with a sour attitude, and that was always going to impair her abilities in the ring. She could have
Yeah,
had world class. She could have had 10 years to train in world class trainers, and she still wouldn't have been as good as she could have been because her attitude sucks.
yeah. Yeah, her peak was her first match. But Marina Shafir coming from the MMA world and then going into pro wrestling, and not just that, going from the indies into a top 10 promotion, like she's able to build her craft the way she needs to. Like she like genuinely kicked everyone's ass during that match in a way where it's like, yeah, I could see this woman doing MMA.
Yeah, yeah, I 100% agree.
And also like I would not fuck with this woman in real life.
Well, hell no, I ain't dislocating my kneecaps. Fuck you.
No. No. Yeah, and
Throw
like I
me on
said,
the glass instead. Let me keep my knees.
yeah. I didn't see what happened with the mirror. Like did they break it over somebody?
I want to say they did. I believe they did. They didn't just bring it out for nothing. They either slammed someone on it or smashed it over them. But I remember it, and it looked fucking gnarly.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's hard not to look gnarly with glass.
What? I can't remember if it was on the back or the face though.
I don't remember either. If it was a face, like, ugh,
because there was one of the matches where somebody got a weapon smashed on their face, and I was like, holy fuck, I would not do that. And I
Yeah,
would do a lot of shit. Put my ass through a flaming table. I don't care.
literally. Yeah, I wouldn't have done what Marina did during the finish of the match. Like, I don't think I could do it. So I guess we're at that point. Anything you want to say before I talk about the finish?
Uh, do, 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 do. Scrolling through my notes.
Take your time.
I one thing I my own personal Jeopardy music because that's copyrighted, I believe. Uh, one thing I will say is I like how I mentioned on the previous episodes with Shine how they did great. You could see their character through how they acted in the ring. Along those same lines, I thought the female wrestlers were really good at selling just how fucking gnarly everything was. Like how
Yeah,
visceral their reactions were, the screaming, the fucking groaning, the like gasping in agony. I thought they did a fucking stellar job.
absolutely.
It wasn't like old ECW where those big fucking dudes just take it and then get right back up. They get hit with like fucking glass on the face or whatever, and they were out. I was like, oh shit.
hmm All right. Anything else before I talk about this finish?
Talk about this finish.
All right. So Marie Shafir stomped on glass with her foot while um Mina Shirakawa had, I think it was Megan Bain, in a figure four leg lock with a barbed wire bat in between them. Crazy fucking sentence. But Marie Shafir stepped on glass, stomped on Mina Shirakawa, had her in like a reverse chokehold. Like I think she called it, I think that's her submission called Mother's Milk, which I found funny. Meanwhile, um, Megan Bain was whipping Mina Shirakawa with a belt. While the three members of the Triangle of Madness were holding Tony Storm there, so she couldn't do anything to stop it, and that's when Tony forfeited.
That was just straight up fucking psychological torture. That's the
Yeah,
type of shit that goes on in Guantanamo Bay. That's a war crime right there. They ought to all be tried and hanged for that.
like wrestling's so fucking crazy though because you see shit like that and it's like how did they not get the cops called on them?
I like that. This shit was so wild. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, I think the women do crazier shit than the men, just generally.
Well, it makes them stand out, so it's working for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that was about 8 out of 10 for me. How do you feel about it?
I gave it the exact same score, 8 out of 10.
Absolutely. All
One
right,
thing I
so
will say is I like how after she surrendered, she immediately got up and started kicking their ass, and then they all just piled on her and beat her ass.
oh, absolutely, I would have done the same thing if I
That
were
was
her.
like that was beautiful storytelling right there.
Yes. Yeah, it sucks that their third girlfriend is in there. Tony and Mina. Oh, you never mind. I forget you don't watch this. Do you remember?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, who the fuck?
Do you know Blake Monroe
Uh, yeah, of course I do.
in NXT? Never
No.
mind. There was a third person that Tony and Tony and Blake Monroe, aka Mariah May, had a feud against each other. It was like a really big thing last year. We just skip past that. So
You said that. Yeah, it was a really big thing. Someone like you wouldn't understand.
yeah, well you didn't watch it. So anyways, so the next segment was Luchasaurus and Jack Perry brawling with the Don Callis family. And then the Young Bucks come out of the van or the RV or whatever it was, trailer. Um, and Don Callis is like, "Yeah, you two have some decisions to make or something like that because they have a match at Full Gear or had a match at Full Gear. Um, and then their friend Okada was standing there with him like decision time, like which you don't know a lot about Okada. He like obviously you can tell he's not fluent in English,
Hmm.
but that's pretty much been most of his character is that he just says funny shit.
It was enough to win me over. That small little segment made me a fan of him.
Yeah, yeah. Okada's a great wrestler though. Like I can see
I've
him
heard
doing
that.
great. Yeah, I can see him doing great things in AEW. Um, but yeah, I love Okada. But the next match is Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Hold up, before we get to that, who the
Go
fuck
ahead.
is Excalibur? And why does he have such a big ass head? And why does he wear a mask while commentating?
So from my understanding, Excalibur was a wrestler before he was a commentator.
Swick
And
of
so when he
off
retired,
brand soda.
he just yeah. So when he retired, he became a commentator and he just kept the mask because it's a familiar name. People will know him. But yeah, he's just a
It's
commentator.
beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's very it's unique. You don't see a lot of
It wouldn't
commentators
work
wear masks.
as well if his head wasn't so comically large. Like, oh my god, dude. That motherfucker has a planet resting on his shoulders. Especially compared next to Daniel Bryan sitting there, little vegan self right beside him. Nothing against vegans. I like plants too, but like,
Oh, how
he
did you feel about
dwarfs the goat man, is what I'm saying.
yeah? How did you feel about Daniel Bryan on commentary?
How did I feel about it?
Hmm.
He sounded pretty disinterested to me. Like he didn't have any inflection in his voice at all throughout the entire event. Oh my god, he hit him with the chair again. That's pretty gnarly. Oh look, they're running out to save him. Like that's how he talked.
You're not wrong. I think that is something he struggles with a little bit. Good wrestler,
Like
good entertainer, but I don't think he needs to be on commentary that much. Like
I, I
he should
think if
take some
he
time
took
off.
some like well, he used to have that same problem cutting promos too, didn't he?
He might have.
Because I can't really think of any memorable promos. Now, granted, that might just because it's been forever, but I remember his shit with Kane, Team Hell No, and his shit with John Cena and CM Punk. Those were pretty memorable. But like without another like big or established star with him, his promos kind of fell flat because he just doesn't have any inflection in his voice. He's very
Yeah,
monotone.
yeah. He seems like someone who's into the wrestling part to have good matches, which is fine. I
Yeah,
don't care about that. That's fine with me.
I
He is
I
he's had great matches with tons of people, and that's fine.
I don't hate him on commentary. I like him better than a lot of people. I will say that.
That's fair. I feel like he could have put more emphasis on commentating. Like I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's good either.
Yeah, yeah. He's like good to have if you have nobody else. As shitty as that sounds.
Yeah, yeah. So moving on to the next match of the card. Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs. First note, I've always loved the term men's world title instead of just AEW world title or something along those lines. And we've had a talk about this the other day. I think the people watching this at home know I prefer men's title.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and I agree. I do like the classification of men's because it does help it feel established, like the men and women are on an equal playing field. And judging
Yes.
by their performances, they fucking are.
Yeah. AEW's gotten a lot better about their women's division recently, and I'll give them that.
And I think Powerhouse Hobbs is a great ass name. I'd never heard of him before, but I heard his name. I was like, oh god.
Yeah. my first thought of him was that he was fucking nuts, like during this match. Like I've seen him before, but like he went over to his turnbuckle, grabbed the turnbuckle pad, and then ripped it off.
And then Hangman turned around and tried to do the same thing and struggled. And I don't know if it was intentional or he meant to do that, but it just made Hobbs seem like even more of a fucking monster.
Yeah. My next note is that I need Hobbs versus Lashley ASAP.
Versus Lashley,
Yes.
like Baby Lashley, the bald man.
Yes. He's on the roster.
He is.
Hmm.
I hope Hobbs kills him.
Yeah. It's Lashley and the uh I'm just gonna call this by their former name, the Hurt Business.
That's a great name, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, now their name's the Hurt Syndicate because they can't use the Hurt Business. But um,
Syndicate sounds even cooler.
yeah. Do you know like who the Hurt Business was?
I do not.
Okay, it was Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP.
Oh yeah, that was around 2017.
I think so. I think it was like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, I didn't start watching again until I think 2022. That was around my away from wrestling phase.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah. Um, yeah, during this match, Hangman honestly gave like very good face of the company vibes for me.
Dude, I was thinking the exact same thing. I didn't know who the fuck he was, but he just gave off the man vibes. I was like, oh shit, this is the guy right here. He seemed to
He
have
on
that it factor. Good in the
Yes.
ring, good on the mic, good character, good in ring. It's fucking. Never mind the fact he looks like a mix between Dolph Ziggler and Arthur Morgan. I love that guy. I was telling you this event made me a fan. Like I have new favorite wrestlers. Hangman is one of them. Just because his name's the fucking Hangman and he's that damn cool.
Yes, he's a badass. I think if you're looking for any matches to watch in your spare time, any match between him and Swerve Strickland in AEW, I think are worth a watch.
I'm
Um,
definitely gonna watch it.
yeah, just look up like what matches they've had together. They've had matches against each other. They've had matches against each other and Samoa Joe. Like they have really good chemistry, and set them both on the map. Because when he had that first match with Swerve, I was just kind of like, why are they doing this? And then by the second match, when Swerve tried to hang Hangman with a freaking chain, I was just like, oh yeah, no, I get this now.
You can't hang the hangman. That's a crime.
But he fucking did.
We ought to kill him.
How did you feel about the beer drinking moonsault Hangman did during this match?
Say that again.
How did you feel about the beer drinking moonsault during this match?
Again, that's just another thing that won me over. He's just a badass. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, he got up onto the like seating area, grabbed someone's or someone handed him a beer, he drank it, handed it back to them, did a moonsault on him.
Dude, he harnessed the power of Stone Cold Steve Austin for that. And I lost my shit.
Yeah.
My first thought was, man, what if that had been poison? He just didn't give a damn.
It's like, well, this is my last match now.
That's how you know he's the face of the company.
Yeah.
Crowd loves him so much they share beer.
Yeah. They had a really good falling spot with Will Hobbs and Hangman. But it looked like there was a like box of stuff that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it looked like someone threw that onto them.
Kind of like a catering thing.
Yeah. Um, but that was pretty much the finish. Hangman won with that 7 out of 10 match. Then Samoa Joe and Katsuyori Shibata came out to attack him. Um, and Hangman got aid from Eddie Kingston and Hook. And Hangman versus Joe at Full Gear in a steel cage was announced. during that because they had to bring the or that Samoa Joe had them bring the double side or double cage down. And from my understanding, that Hangman Joe match in the cage was really good. I want to see that at some point.
So here's my thoughts. Our
Mhm.
ratings are eerily similar this time. I actually gave the match a 6.5 out of 10. And the only reason it was that low and not higher is because I felt like the match was back and forth, but I felt like it was a little slow paced and the
Yeah.
match was a little too quick, which I understand why, but I don't ever like a slow paced match being quick. Um, but I did enjoy the finish. I didn't see. This is what I was saying earlier. I didn't understand why Hangman and Hobbs were wrestling each other. It was just like, I don't like you. Well, I don't like you more, asshole. But the Samoa Joe promotion made me super fucking hyped to see that match.
Yes.
It's the promo Hangman gave. I gave a 10 out of 10. If you wanted the if you wanted the Hangman in the steel cage, all you had to do was ask, you dumbass. And then Samoa Joe just goes, God damn it! I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that definitely made people like if you watch that for your first time, like you want to watch the match. I've wanted to watch the match for a minute. I just don't want to pay $50 for a pay-per-view or $40 since I have HBO Max.
Shit, I might pay $40 just for that match. That'd be neat.
Yeah, they have another pay-per-view coming up next weekend.
Ooh.
It's AEW World's End. The main event's a fatal four-way between Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, MJF if you've heard of him,
Oh yeah.
and Swerve Strickland, which is going to be a crazy match because I didn't expect
Are
MJF to
you
get
about to
added to this.
convert me to AEW, you son of a
Yeah,
bitch?
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Because I've always heard AEW's wrestling is good, but they get too edgy and the storytelling is non-existent. But I did not necessarily agree with that. I mean, I can see the edgy critique, but
Mm,
the storytelling I felt like I just didn't understand because I was new. I felt like if I'd been watching for the past few months, it'd be better.
yeah, I can agree with that because I think the promo that MJF had, I think it was last night, like that kind of set like his reasons for inserting himself into this match because he had like a contract, um, and he had returned with it and was like, hey, I have beef with all you motherfuckers for different reasons. I'm getting into this match.
See, he's just a douchebag. I kind
Oh
of
yeah,
love him.
yeah, that's why people love him. Yeah,
See
he's
that
really good.
that AEW's character work, maybe it's because they're not micromanaged, or maybe it's their ideas. I don't know. Their character work is really fucking stellar for even for like
Mhm.
the small little guys that like didn't really have too many memorable moments. I
Yeah,
thought that was really good.
absolutely. All right. Ricky Steamboat came out for a promo because I think something with the Greensboro Coliseum and War Games and that kind of shit, right?
I lost my shit. I thought that guy was dead, and then he walks out. I'm like, what? The steamboat?
Yeah, Steamboat came out. He's just talking good about the people that wrestled in the Coliseum, whatever. Then FTR come out and try to antagonize him. First it's Stokely, and he's trying to invite him
Big
to
Stokely.
Big Stokely. Sorry,
Emphasis on
he's
the big.
yes, Big Stokely. Sorry. And he's trying to invite him out to something I don't remember. And he said, "Hey, do you have the Macho Man's phone number?"
Dude, I cringed so hard at that. I wanted to punch him my damn self. I wasn't ready for that. He's an asshole, and
I
he
wasn't ready for
deserves
it
to be
either.
shot.
It's like, damn, what the fuck, man? Yeah. So they all continue to antagonize him, and they attack Ricky and almost hit him with a pile driver before the tag team champions of Brodito come out for the save. I really like the Brodito tag team, but I don't think you're gonna get to experience a lot of them because they lost the
I
titles recently.
oh damn.
Yeah, you can
I
probably go
will
back and
say
watch
I
some of their
enjoyed the
matches.
people that antagonized Steamboat. I they made me fans.
Yeah, I don't think you saw the revival in WWE.
Uh, okay, this is gonna sound like a stupid ass question. Are they in any way, shape, or form connected to the Ascension? Because I remember those guys.
No,
Okay,
they
yeah, I
might have
had
had a
no idea.
match. They might have had a match with the Ascension, but no, they're not
I
connected.
stopped watching WWE in like early point. Okay, whenever Seth Rollins got injured and then he came back wearing the like silver and gray tights, I stopped watching like a month or two after that in 2016 and then didn't start back again until 2022. So that was
Fair
my
enough.
hiatus.
Yeah, they were in NXT at the time. I think when like 2016.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I never got into NXT too much,
That's fair enough. Yeah,
except for like the big names, like Owens, Balor, all them.
yeah. I mean, this fucking Finn Balor. God damn it.
Yeah,
Hold on.
you
I
can't
dropped
just
my
put me on pause. We're
I dropped
doing a
my phone.
show here.
I dropped my phone. Okay. Final match. I can't believe this took an hour.
That's how you know it was a
Oh,
good fucking show.
yeah, yeah. It was a really good show, especially for three matches. Which I can't really be mad at the three matches because it's 2.5 hours and two of them are like hour-long matches.
I thought the pacing was solid. It was really good.
Absolutely. It didn't feel like you were missing out on much because of the
And
two long matches.
it didn't feel rushed or like drawn out or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Which
Um,
honestly, I think if they're gonna do this again next year, they just need to make it a pay-per-view because
oh,
of
I
how
agree.
long. Like, because I think this deserves had to have more matches on it.
How many would you put on it, ideally?
I think if you're doing a 3 to 4 hour pay-per-view, 5 or 6.
I think 5 matches at a 4 hour pay per view. I think that'd be a good solid. I feel like six would be too many.
Yeah, if you're doing it with blood and guts, like I feel like five's kind of that sweet spot.
Yeah, yeah, because they're hour long matches.
Yeah, which if it was like a regular pay-per-view, like my philosophy on that, I think 8 matches is a good sweet spot too, because you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
most of your champions in there and you get most of your feuds in there.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, men's blood and guts match. I think we started off with Darby Allin and We Were Yuta. Um,
I went that whole match without knowing how to say his name.
We Were Yuta.
Yuda,
Yuta.
Yoda. We'll call
No,
him
not
Yuda.
Yoda. Yuta. It has
Let
a
me just
U.
say right off the bat before we delve into it, Darby Allin is that other guy. I was a big fucking fan of Darby Allin throughout this match.
Yeah,
I think he
yeah,
stole the show.
yeah. He's fucking nuts. I liked how they had the double sides for the cage, so that way anyone from the Death Riders could come out through the crowd.
Hmm.
Like I think you noticed this when Marina Shafir, because she's a part of the Death Riders. Like she came out through the crowd, and I enjoyed that because it kind of gave it like an us versus the other side kind of feel.
It did, and it also made it seem what's the word I'm looking at? It also made it seem more how the Shield used to be, where they would just come out of nowhere and just beat your
Yeah,
ass, and there was that sense of like impending like danger. There was that
yeah,
feeling of danger. I felt like it really gave that because when there's only one entrance, oh, they got to funnel in.
yeah. I think that was kind of the point with it being John Moxley's group for now.
One thing as well is I like that there was a gap between the ring and the cage, so like people could fall down in there. That made it look a hell of a lot more painful. And the way
Yeah,
the cage would actually bend whenever a body would get thrown into it, that's not something that happens too much in WWE. At least I don't believe. That
yeah,
I love that little small detail like that.
yeah. Again, it was crazy as shit, but like. it was entertaining to see. Um, yeah, there was a Orange Cassidy Wheeler Yuta storyline moment, where like they faced off with each other. I think they mentioned this on commentary, but Orange Cassidy was sort of like Wheeler Yuta's mentor.
Okay.
Um, because Orange Cassidy, I'm trying to remember who all was in this group. So originally it started off as a tag team between Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. You're not gonna know any of those names, either of
I've
those names.
actually heard of both of them, but I know nothing about them.
Okay. Well, they're in a group called, or they were in a tag team called the Best Friends. And then the Best Friends turned into a stable when Orange Cassidy joined it when he debuted in AEW in 2019. So it went from a tag team to a trio, and then they slowly added more members with Chris Statlander at one point, um, before she turned heel, and before she turned heel against Willow originally. And Wheeler Yuta was a part of that group, but he left to join the Blackpool Combat Club with Daniel Bryan and John Moxley, and then went from the BCC to the Death Riders. So they have some history together.
That just made me want to like learn the entire history of AEW. To be honest.
Yeah. I wish they had everything on AEW, on HBO for AEW, but we'll see what happens with the Netflix acquisition,
Oh, is that where they're moving to?
apparently. I know that they're selling to Netflix, Warner Brothers
Netflix
Discovery,
gobbling every damn thing up.
apparently, for no reason too. Like you got K-pop Demon Hunters. You got everything there. Why do you need HBO? Why do you need Batman? I oddly enjoyed that movie though.
I haven't seen it. I'm fucking out of
Yeah,
the loop on it. I live under a rock, man.
fair enough. It's an entertaining movie. It's just not a good story.
See, movies like that piss me off so much.
Yeah, but like sometimes you want to sit there and just be like, "Oh, hey, this is a cool song. We'll listen to this." You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about this, and I think that's how a lot of people feel about Has Been Hotel.
Has Been Hotel.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Oh man, I have so many jokes for that, but I don't have the brain power for it.
What do you got beef with Has Been Hotel?
No, I think that's fucking beautiful. I think that's a comedic gold mine of a name right there.
Wait, have you not heard of it?
And now I live under a rock, dude.
Oh, okay. So
I
it's a
work
show.
60 hours a week, bro, and then come home to more bullshit. I don't know anything. We could be at war right now and I wouldn't know it.
Funny that you mention it.
God damn it.
Okay. Has Been Hotel is like a show about a hotel in hell where they're trying to rehabilitate sinners. And they're trying to get heaven on board for it.
That plot alone is enough for me.
It's a musical though.
Yeah, yeah, okay, I can see the appeal.
Yeah. It's got some strange writing choices, but I haven't watched the recent season. Um, anyways, we need to quit talking about musicals. We're gonna talk about wrestling again.
Damn right.
Orange Cassidy came into the ring. He had his glasses on. He put his elbow pad on, took his glasses off, broke the fucking glasses, and then beat the fuck out of Wheeler Yuta with them.
Man, you know that would hurt like a motherfucker.
Absolutely. You notice Orange
Orange
Cassidy acts
Cassidy.
like you go.
Orange Cassidy is actually somebody that, I don't know a lot about AEW. I knew a few select people. I knew MJF, I knew Orange Cassidy, and then like two other guys I can't think of right now. But he was one of the guys I would actually go on YouTube and watch highlights of and watch like little segments of because I fucking love that guy. His whole character and style is just so goddamn beautiful. I love it.
He's
He makes it
really
work in a way that shouldn't work.
yeah, yeah. he's really good at like that comedic wrestling. Like I've seen some clips of him on the indies. Not even just as Orange Cassidy when he was a part of Chikara. I don't know if you'll know what that is,
Nope.
but it was like a goofy lucha promotion based in like Pennsylvania, and he was in a tag team called the Colony. I think he was he was Fire Ant, I think, and his tag team partner was Soldier Ant, and like they would come down to the ring marching, and then the music stopped abruptly, and they just stopped, like stopped marching. He's
He's a
really
fucking treasure.
he knows how to like that comedic timing. But obviously, as you can see during this match, he understands. Oh, hey, I need to lock the fuck in.
Yeah, yeah, he's not just a fucking comedy show. There's more substance to him. He's multidimensional.
Yes,
He's probably my favorite wrestler. Him and fucking Darby Allin. They're probably my two favorites of the entire show.
yes. Um, yeah. Daniel Garcia came out with the freaking COVID mask. All right,
Yeah,
I thought
that's
that was
yeah. Just guess you can do that if you feel like it. Make a fashion statement.
yeah. Um, Mark Briscoe's music hit, but then he got attacked backstage by who we found out later is the Don Callis family. And they didn't do a good job of explaining this, so I'll explain it to you. They had announced the match between the TNT champion at the time, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Briscoe at Full Gear, and that's why they attacked him. So that way they could get him weakened for that match.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, they didn't do a good job of explaining that. I think that that's something the commentary team needs to work on personally.
Commentary, I
Just
feel like, was a weak point of this show. I felt like Shine's commentary was way better than these guys, which is
yeah,
kind of sad because fucking Daniel Bryan, pro wrestler, probably going to go down as a legend, was on that team.
yeah. I think Tony Schiavone was okay, but I think they need to start working on context. But
Yeah, that's a
I
big one. They're good at well, their play by play was kind of weird too, because like one guy got hit in the it was one of the spots with someone that'll come out later. He got his nose busted up, and they said, "Oh, I think he broke his neck," and it was like, "No, no, that looks like the nose." Like they were kind of uncoordinated.
yeah, there is a small gripe about commentary I have too, but I'll get to that in a minute when a certain wrestler comes out. But Roderick Strong took Mark Briscoe's place and wrestled, or I don't know. He Roderick Strong's okay. I think he's gonna have an interesting story out of the conglomeration with Adam Cole gone.
I know Adam Cole.
Yeah. Well, Adam Cole's injured.
Heard that name.
Yeah. Um, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole were in a group together. Um, not just in AEW, but in NXT. Bobby Fish was in that group too, but Bobby Fish is no longer with the company.
Oh God, did he do something like bad?
From my understanding, he was just an asshole.
I was about to say with a name like Bobby Fish, like he's either an asshole or a child molester, and I was hoping it wasn't that one. You
Fair
can't name
enough.
yourself Mr. Fish, all right? You just can't.
That's fair
I
enough. I don't
just
know if that's
offended every Mr. Fish watching this. Change your name. Be Mr. Mammal. Oh God, that's not better.
Robert Fish. If you're watching this, I had nothing to do with this man. Leave me out of
I'll
it.
fight you. I'll fight you, Mr. Fish. 1v1 steel cage match.
Girl, I'll book it. Yeah, Cesaro was really good during this match, or Claudio Castagnoli.
Fuck Cannoli Man. Because Cesaro was a fucking tank. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was a fucking like he started the Cesaro swing on Darby Allin, and then Orange Cassidy jumped on his back, and then he just kept swinging with Orange Cassidy on his back and like just swinging them both.
Put Cesaro in a fucking chokehold at that. And see, I hate the Cesaro swing. I always have. That is the first one I've ever seen that I was like, oh shit, I kind of like this move now. And Cesaro looks way better in tights than he ever did trunks.
Yeah, he always looked awkward in trunks. Like it was
Yeah.
like he it looked like he felt naked,
Uh huh.
which I
Yeah,
mean
I agree.
technically he was, but that's not the point. Um, I did like the difference between the faces order and the heels order throughout this match. Like all the younger guys, and then you have like your cleanup crew, or like you have your younger guys coming in for the heels with Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, and then you have like your heavier hitters like Cesaro coming out, and then Moxley and Pac coming out later. Honestly, I thought Moxley would have came out last, just based off of his character work of him being kind of a
Even the
coward.
even the commentary said that.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Um, we'll see. You'll see more of why he's considered a coward. With the ending.
I I,
But
I
we'll get
kind
into
of
that in a
caught
minute.
that.
Yeah,
I kind of caught that he was a coward, which I think it's very interesting to have like the head of a fucking Death Rider group looking that fucking big and jacked and carrying weapons and shit actually be a like two-faced rat little fuck. I thought it was neat.
yeah. I think it's very very interesting for his character, and I think we'll get into what I think should have happened with the ending to make it better, but that's neither here nor there. Um, my next note
Before we get
is
there,
go ahead.
before we get there, it actually happened early in the match. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. As Orange Cassidy, uh, it might not have been Cassidy. It was either him or Darby Allen. I think it was Darby Allen. Had brought the skateboard with the thumbtacks, right?
Yeah, that was Darby.
And and that very first guy, Utah, I think the guy whose name I didn't know. He
Yeah,
jumped off the turnbuckle with the skateboard and landed on Yuta's back. And Yuta literally started fucking crying in the ring. And they immediately started the countdown for the next guy to come out, which was Garcia. And then Garcia was in the ring for like, I swear, 15 fucking minutes before the next guy came out. The fucking showrunners felt sorry for him. That was a pity entrance right there.
I'm gonna be honest. If the timing fell off to me, but I don't know if it was just the way the match was going.
Oh no, it
That
was
wasn't.
definitely off. It was off during both matches.
Yeah. Um, the commentary said something that pissed me off because it was just factually incorrect. They said this is familiar. Sorry, this is unfamiliar territory for Kyle O'Reilly, and that's just a fucking lie because he's been in like I think it was the first four War Games for NXT that they had. He was in the first four of those,
Right.
and they just completely forgot about it. And it's not like, oh, this is Blood and Guts is a whole new match. No, they're talking about War Games here.
Yeah, they did say it by name a couple times, I believe.
Yeah, like they're talking about War Games when they're referencing the history of the match. Like I think you watched the first match when we tried to watch all of these matches and rank them. Like they reference what do you call it War Games. This is like, oh, this is the match that Dusty Rhodes invented. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I hate that. I hate that so much because Kyle O'Reilly was in four different types of these matches, and then they just completely like swept it under the rug. That's a big
I
thing.
am also very anti factually incorrect commentary. It pisses me off because when you're someone like me who's watching it for the first time, at best it misleads you and at worst it confuses you.
Yeah. I don't know if it was intentional or not. They might have just not known, but I think that's still kind of ignorant.
You got to do your research on the matches. You're a damn commentator.
Yeah. Like this is a match with almost 30 to 40 years worth of history. Like you have to know your shit.
Fuck, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's closer to 30 because like War Games, I think it started in '86.
Man, that's crazy.
with with like Sting, Dusty Rhodes, and I think the Four Horsemen.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
there
kind
was
of
a
shit.
crowd sign with that. The Four Horsemen of Greensboro.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about like the group, the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um. Enough with that. John Moxley comes in and he has a fucking fork.
That I thought was okay. So here's my opinion on that. My unsolicited opinion.
Okay.
I thought that was fucking silly, but I mean, you can't deny getting forked in the fucking face would hurt like a bitch.
Oh yeah. It. I think it. I don't think it's as silly because one, I've seen Moxley do that before, and two, Moxley's not the first person to come in with a fork in a ring. Like Abdullah the Butcher. I don't know if you've heard that name.
I have.
Yeah, yeah. That was his big thing. He came in with a fork all the time. I think it was either him or somebody else that also had HIV and gave it to wrestlers, but that's not the point.
What the fuck?
He's a deathmatch wrestler. He had HIV, and then he would bleed all over the place.
Yeah, he's taking deathmatch a little too fucking literally. I mean, I guess I can't shit talk the fork too bad because Mick Foley literally used a fucking sock with a face drawn on it, and that's
Yeah,
comical as shit. But I don't
yeah.
a fork, man.
You know what? Speaking of Mick Foley, while we're here, while we're on the subject, how do you feel about him announcing that he's leaving WWE because of Donald Trump?
I only like saw headlines. I didn't read too deeply into it. I mean, good for him, I guess. I didn't even know he was still with the company.
Yeah, I think he's under a Legends deal currently, but he announced that he was not resigning because of like post Donald Trump
The
beef and
invo-
how close the WWE is with him.
See, without being too political, because I'm not smart enough for that,
Okay.
because it's happening to I'm a big UFC fan. I'm a big MMA guy. I hate how politically tied that company is, and now they're with WWE and TKO, all that jazz. I don't like how politically open the companies are. It's kind of getting to a point where they're starting to like shove it down people's throats.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. It feels like it's getting to a point where, like, honestly, since Trump got got put into office, like WWE's just gone down the shitter. Not because of their ties with Trump, just because like their storytelling's not doing well. Like they tried it with
Yeah,
Jey Uso, not a lot of people liked him being Royal Rumble winner. They turned John Cena heel, that did dog shit. They had Travis Scott interfere in his last WrestleMania main event. Who liked that?
I
Brock
think
Lesnar
Triple
came
H is
back.
just stubborn as fuck. I think he wants to do what he wants to do and doesn't give a damn about criticism. Like his
Yeah,
excuse is, oh, the online opinion isn't the majority. Ticket sales, merch sales, blah 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 is, but like, I mean, even then, I'm not buying it.
yeah,
I'm not buying that argument.
yeah. Well, you have to listen at least a little bit.
Like, because Triple H is a wrestler, he can look in the ring and see that Jey Uso. No offense to him, I can't wrestle for shit. Jey Uso's kind of dog shit. He
Yeah,
just is compared to everyone around him.
and like I don't have an issue with Jey Uso, right? I think he's okay in the ring, and like I don't know if beating Gunther was the best thing for him to do, like just in general, but like nobody likes him outside of a tag team sense.
You're trying to force a guy that nobody wants to be the guy, which is exactly what Vince did time and time again and got shit on for it. Jinder Mahal is the very first name that comes to mind, and I wasn't even watching wrestling during that time when he was champ, and I knew about that.
Yeah,
Like you can't just force what you want on the audience, or they're gonna stop watching.
yeah. Which I think he tried to build Jey Uso up. It's just didn't take his time with it.
No, I agree.
Yeah, like Jinder Mahal, I think could have been a good world champion had they thoroughly thought through what they were going to do with him and how they were going to build him up as a major heel instead of like, oh yeah, we're just gonna have him beat Randy Orton, and then in his last match against Randy Orton, we're just gonna have the Great Khali out to co-sign him. Which I mean,
Well,
they had a thing before, but that's not my point.
look at the common denominator between both scenarios. Jinder Mahal was only champion so they could branch out into their India market and gain more money that way. And Jay Uso was only champion because apparently a bunch of little kids and their parents or whatever was buying his merch and whatnot, and he was like the number one seller. They were doing shit strictly for economic reasons instead of like for the passion of the sport, and that's what hurts it long term. Because back then during 2017, and Jinder was champion, if our memory serves me right, viewership was down a fuckload, like way more than it normally was back then.
Yeah, but
That is our long-winded tirade.
yeah, like just one more comment about 2017. Like, I think the reason viewership went down is because your two world champions was guy who was forced into that position and guy who never defended the championship.
Lesnar,
Yeah,
yeah, that was
404
stupid.
or yeah, 504 days I think, and eight defenses. I think I don't know the exact amount, but it wasn't a lot.
See, like, why even have him as champion at that point?
Yeah.
Oh, because he sells? Well, clearly he's not, or you'd have him out more.
Hmm. Like don't I don't like part-time champions, and that's why I didn't like when Logan Paul became the U.S. champion because there was only one world champion, and it was Roman Reigns, and he was there every other month at most.
Fucking
He,
uh, The Rock, The Rock, fucking worst part-time champion.
yeah, worst part-time wrestler ever. Like, how are you not going to commit to a story that you wanted to start?
Dude, I could write a whole constitution about why I despise Dwayne.
Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna move on. Yeah, they were attacking one of the faces, and Garcia looked like a kid on Christmas while doing it. It's like, for me,
Yes, he
I can
did. He
attack
was
this
so
guy.
fucking hyped.
It's like, oh my God, yay! Um, all I
He
wrote
was
down
talking
was the
shit the whole match too.
yeah, yeah. All I wrote down was the hit on Briscoe. It's rough, but I think that's referring to the Death Riders trying to get the Don Callis family to help him.
This kind of sounds like organized crime action.
Honestly, that's what a lot of AEW does.
It suits the vibe of AEW. That fucking gritty. This is what I wrote down. AEW gives me a gritty professional indie vibe, which is very oxymoron, but you know, it's kind of the same vibe ECW used to give me.
It's like, you see that guy right there? Get him.
One thing they did in this match that I kind of lost my shit over because I haven't seen it in years was the fucking pile driver. They did it multiple times.
Yes, they do pile drivers a lot. I know it's one of Tony Storm's major moves. FTR has a spiked pile driver. Um, and like you said, you saw it a bunch of times during this match.
That's gonna be like something people actually shit on. Oh, they do it too much. It's lost all meaning. It's like the super kick, and I'm just over here. Oh my god, I have never seen this before. I haven't seen a pile driver since like fucking Stone Cold died. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think Kevin Owens did one like a year or two back. I think it was last
Actually, I
year.
think you might be right about that.
Yeah, because like he was the first one to do a regular pile driver in a while, and then he did the spiked pile or the package pile driver. and he was gonna be really pissed if Penta did it before him. Like I think he said that
Penta
in an
grew on me.
interview. Yeah, I love Penta. Yeah, I love Penta. I just wish they did more with him. I think they're gonna have him do a lot with AAA, and that's why he's not doing a lot on the main roster over there. But anyways, um, did you watch wrestling when Cesaro and Tyson Kidd were a tag team?
I remember that, yeah, but I didn't like either one of them at the time.
Fair enough. Do you remember the Cesaro swing into the kick?
Yes.
Yeah, I low key as someone who watched wrestling at that time, I missed that so much.
I can't
Like,
deny that it was really well done.
yeah, I think it was Yuta and Cesaro or Claudio.
Fucking cannoli, man.
Is Castagnoli.
That's too many syllables for a man of my stature.
Yeah, Darby Allin did like the fall thing from the ceiling. They called it the coffin drop because it's his finisher, but it it just kind of reminded me of like the Elimination Chamber. I think when John Morrison
Ye-
did that.
yeah, that's exactly the same thing I thought of. I mean, I liked it, but it was like carbon copy, which isn't a
Yeah,
bad thing.
yeah. But I mean, so many people have done stuff like that before, so
I
it's not
was
bad.
expecting like a backflip off the top, to be honest, with everything else that happened in the match being crazy.
That's fair enough. Do you remember Neville at all?
I fucking loved him. And I
Yeah,
love him now that he's fucking jacked beyond all belief.
yeah. He looks like a
Chicken,
fucking unit. He didn't look like that last year. I swear to God, he didn't.
bro, he looks even more built than he did like fucking when I watched him. Like when he first started in AEW, I seen pictures of him and I was like, damn, this dude's jacked now. And now I see him, I'm like, damn, that dude literally ate the entire steroid factory. Bro lives in the gym.
Like he's still doing really good. It's just like Jesus Christ, where did you gain all this muscle? And it might genuinely be
Bro's
his attire.
bro's gonna have a heart attack in about 2 years.
So yeah, for the most part, Death Riders are kicking ass because Mark Briscoe's gone. But Mark Briscoe came back, um, and just tried to even the playing field. I think he got Wheeler Yuta on the outside, on top of the cage.
Yeah,
Um, there was a Gabe Kidd appearance. He's from New Japan. I think they said that. Um, he's had a lot of dealings with the Death Riders, which is why he was there. Which is honestly why I'm low-key pissed they didn't make the 6-on-6, because like you can have Gabe Kidd there for an appearance, but you can't have him there for a match.
that's fair.
I don't know. But they put Darby Allin through him and Pac put Darby Allin through a flaming table. Um, Moxley has Kyle O'Reilly in submission, kind of like a chokehold. Um, Kyle Fletcher flips off the camera. Um, and then
Hold up, you gotta do that man justice. He was bloody and beat down after being ragdolled the entire match, and I thought he was gonna give up. I thought the match was over, and then
yeah,
he just flips Moxley off and goes "fuck you" with it, like wearing the proverbial crimson mask, as good old JR would say. I lost my shit. I loved that spot so much.
yeah. And then they went into the other ring. Moxley was put into an ankle lock, and then Moxley tapped out
But
for the conglomeration to win. What's up?
you're forgetting how we got there. The transition.
How did we get there? I am forgetting the transition. That's why I said that.
So, so before all of this happened, John Moxley had actually stapled Orange Cassidy's hands in his pockets.
I
That
did
blew
forget
my
that.
fucking mind. He stapled his hands in his pockets. They kicked his ass and then threw him out the ring for a bit. And then whenever that guy was in the submission hold, he flipped off John Moxley. And then Orange Cassidy rolls in, does a fucking Shawn Michaels kip up, breaks his fucking staples off, and then just starts whooping ass. And then they tumble, toss around, end up in the other cage, and they get Moxley in the submission. And Moxley taps out on the shattered glass of the ring, and as he taps, he fucking looks at his hands and screams. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And then he tapped out, which gives off that cowardice vibe that I think they're trying to go for, leading up to this next pay-per-view.
See,
Um,
you mentioned your how you would do it differently. I'm gonna tell you as a first AEW showing, I gave that match a 9 out of 10, maybe 9.2. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and the finish, I lost my shit. When the guy flipped him off, and then Orange Cassidy rolled in, everything from then onwards was fucking beautiful. That was like picture perfect to me.
yeah, I gave it 7 out of 10 just because I thought the women's match was better. Um, and I wish it might just be the fantasy booker in me, but I wished it had like after the match where the Death Riders just beat the fuck out of John Moxley and kicked him out. But I think that's what they're gonna do up here soon. So we'll see because Claudio beat Moxley recently in a tournament.
I will say that Claudio and Pac do seem like the fucking titans of the faction.
Oh yeah,
Seem like they could easily start being plotting in cahoots against Moxley.
yeah, I can absolutely
Which,
see that too.
which I'm very interested in that faction. Mr.
Yes,
Moxley has a way of being in factions that interest people.
yeah. This is honestly the most interesting the faction has been like since it started
Oh wow, that's neat.
because Mox had held the title for a while, but we didn't really know where the story was going. With him holding the title and he had it in a briefcase for a while. Um, and he had lost it, and then like it still had the side plates for Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson after Moxley had beat him for the belt.
Right.
When Hangman won it, and after that it was like it's like he's still in the picture, but they're slowly showing that we're losing trust in Moxley or that they're losing trust in Moxley as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're just gonna oust him, which wouldn't surprise me.
Shit, shit. I might start watching. I get
Yeah,
in right as it starts heating up to the good parts. Fuck yeah.
yeah. That's what I wanted for after this match. That's what I was expecting. And I was expecting it for after Full Gear, but I guess we're gonna see that either later on or after this tournament's over.
Can you imagine Moxley gets betrayed by his faction 2 different times in 2 different companies? That's beautiful right there.
Yeah. Mm. But I'm excited to see where it goes. They have that pay-per-view next week. Um, if you decide to
Did
watch
the
it,
did the Hangman Samoa Joe cage match already happen? Because I want to
yes,
fucking watch that.
yes,
It
it
did.
already
Okay,
happened.
I'm gonna watch that in my spare time.
Yeah, yeah. Find time to watch that. It's I think $40 on HBO. Um, this upcoming one's also $40 on HBO. With the Fatal Four Way. The cage match went nuts from my understanding. Like it ended with both of them being bloody as hell.
Oh shit! If you know who won, don't tell me.
Oh, I won't tell you. Um, but yeah, I might have accidentally spoiled it earlier, but don't pay attention to what I said previously.
I have a goldfish memory, bro. I know we're good.
Fair enough. Is there anything else you want to say about the show before we send this off?
I will say that as someone I've heard mostly overwhelmingly negative things about AEW, that going in blind, I rather enjoyed it. Now I'm not hard to please, but I rather enjoyed it, and I do want to continue watching AEW, which says a lot considering I've kind of, even though CM Punk, Drew McIntyre are like a bunch of my favorites of wrestling in WWE, I just don't give a damn to care to watch it. Like I didn't even
Yeah,
watch John Cena's retirement tour after a certain point because I just didn't care.
yeah, which is completely understandable because I stopped watching after or I watched his last match. Like that, like before that, I think the last match I had saw was a little bit of Punk Cena, and that was it. Or no, I saw Cena Cody too, and that
See,
was
and
really good.
the fact that they suck the excitement out of something that legendary and iconic just fucking rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, it felt like the only point that they wanted to do with this was clicks. Like that's
Yeah,
genuinely how I feel about this. Like I got over it until like I could see the final match. And honestly, I liked that last match. And I liked the symbolism behind it, and I liked it when Cody and Punk came out and put the belts on him. That had me excited because I knew Cena and Batista did that with Hulk Hogan.
yeah, it was a full circle moment. I didn't watch the match, but I did watch the ending. Now I saw a bunch of people on Twitter complaining about it, but I thought it was very fitting because he didn't give up because he's a pussy. He gave up because you know what, my time is up.
Yeah, it's time for somebody else. This guy, which honestly, I think as a last opponent, do we need to give him like two people he's retired? Is that necessary? I don't know.
I don't I don't think Gunther necessarily needed it, like Lesnar didn't need the streak. But if they book him the right way going forward, it might look better with hindsight.
Maybe.
But that's asking a lot.
I'll give I'm gonna give Gunther himself a chance. Because I know he's really good, and I think they're just booking him weirdly. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna give him a chance over time. But yeah, if anything, I just want him to retire Brock if they're gonna do it like this.
Oh, dude, that would be fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
That would be a good booking going forward.
yeah, like if you're gonna do it, just go all in with it. Have him retire Lesnar or just anybody else. I just want Lesnar off my TV screen. But
Beat the Have him beat the shit out of CM Punk, to draw some heat because everybody loves him. Have him beat the shit out of Lesnar because everybody used to love him. Just have him beat the shit out of Jay Uso. You can do a lot with him going forward if you really want to.
yeah, so we'll see what they do with that. But I think it's gonna close us off. Thank you guys for listening to us for the last hour and a half. What
You're
do we want to
welcome,
do?
audience.
What do we want to do next episode? I don't think we decided that.
Ooh, I don't know. Would I be an asshole to say we need to do more AEW?
I don't think
That's
you're an
kind of
asshole for
breaking the
that.
rules, though.
Yeah, but honestly, I think that's kind of a flawed system anyways, because we don't have a lot of stuff that was televised. So I say to make it easier on us, the first one that will be uploaded for this upcoming year will be an AEW pay-per-view. So pick a year.
Pick a year.
Yeah, pick any year.
2020,
2019 to now.
2024.
2024. Let's do All Out 2024. Because that one has
Oh,
the really good Hangman Swerve match, which I was talking about. So we can do that.
fuck yeah.
All right. So yeah,
Guys, I
we'll
think
do.
he's converted me. I don't like it. I swore I would never betray.
So, anyways, um, I'll see you guys later. Next 2 weeks we'll do AEW All Out 2024, and I hope y'all enjoy yourselves. I'll see y'all later. Close this
Bye,
out.
guys.
Bye.